Good afternoon from Merseyside, everyone. You join me outside of the oldest railway terminal that's still in regular use anywhere in the world, Liverpool Lime Street. Now, I thought while I'm here in Liverpool I should probably check out Merseyrail's new trains. However, at the minute, they're only operating on the Liverpool Central to Kirkby route. So we'll first need to head over to Liverpool Central, but at least this will give us a chance to check out the old trains too. While we don't need the upper level platforms today, I must say I absolutely love the big curved canopy that covers them and the concourse. Liverpool Lime Street originally opened way back in 1836. It's so old in fact that it even predates Victorian times, having already been operational for nearly a year when Queen Victoria took to the throne. Anyway, Merseyrail trains depart from their own dedicated part of the station, which is located underground. The Merseyrail stations within central Liverpool all bear a quite striking resemblance to the underground stations in London. That said, Merseyrail operates more like Crossrail, or to give some European examples, the S-Bahn in Germany or the RER in Paris. It's a bit like something between a metro service and a mainline rail service, but you'll see what I mean in a bit. First order of the day is to buy our tickets. Now, for some reason, there's only one self-service ticket machine down here. However, not to worry, I'll just have to dust off the old social skills and buy my ticket the old-fashioned way from the manned ticket counter. Just £3.15 for an open return to Kirkby with a rail card. That's not bad at all in my books. The same ticket would have cost £4.80 without a rail card. Anyway, let's head down to the platform and first head to Liverpool Central. Trains between Liverpool Lime Street and Liverpool Central run roughly every 5 minutes.
Please keep well behind the yellow line until the train comes to a green zone.
Most of Merseyrail services are still operated using these old British Rail built PEP trains. These were built in the late 1970s and early 80s and are all set to be replaced by the new trains over the coming months and years. Despite their age, they do look at least somewhat modern, having been refurbished a couple of times throughout their life. Now, I'm not even going to bother taking a seat on this one, given that Liverpool Central is only one stop and barely 2 minutes away. Changing trains at Liverpool Central is a bit of a faff. We've arrived on a Wirral Line train and now need to change to the Northern Line platforms. To do this, we need to make our way up the labyrinth of escalators back up to street level and then down again to catch our next train. And here it is. I'm going to have to be quick to show you the outside of the train, as there's literally 90 seconds until it leaves. Anyway, this is the new workhorse elect of the Merseyrail fleet. 53 of these Class 777 Metro units will eventually enter service, 46 of which will be electric multiple units, with the remaining 7 also being kitted out with batteries for use on non-electrified lines, such as the new Headbolt Lane extension, which will soon see trains continuing past Kirkby. These Class 777 units are being built by Stadler in Switzerland and Poland, and have a top speed of 75 miles an hour or 121 kilometers an hour. In true Stadler fashion, these trains feature level boarding. Honestly, I think this should be a requirement for all new trains. I imagine it saves so much hassle and anxiety for those who need them, and if Stadler can do it on pretty much all of their trains, why can't the other train manufacturers? Before I take a seat for the short 19-minute trip to Kirkby, let's just take a look around the train. Each unit has 4 dedicated bicycle spaces, 2 at either end of the train. Seating is arranged in a 2+2 configuration, with there also being plenty of space for standing passengers on busier services, thanks to the wide open gangways. At first, I thought the lighting was obnoxiously bright. However, these appear to be light sensitive, in that they automatically dim once we're back above ground and in daylight. Other than that though, I'd say the interior somehow looks both smart and utilitarian simultaneously. Again, I'd have expected this from a Stadler short distance train. And lastly, in the middle 2 coaches, you'll find dedicated wheelchair spaces, which are in close proximity to the entry doors. Notice the absence of any onboard toilets. Now, I get that a lot of Merseyrail's routes are really quite short, so this isn't necessarily going to be a major issue most of the time. However, some of their longer routes, from say Southport to out near the airport at Liverpool South Parkway, are nearly an hour in length. Given that these trains will soon be operating on all of Merseyrail's routes, it might have been a wise idea to even just have 1 toilet on each unit. Maybe I'm just being a bit of a pedant, but I think it's a bit strange that new purpose-built units would come equipped without toilets. Anyway, that's enough rambling on about toilets. Let's take a closer look at the seats. To be fair, while still somewhat tight, I was honestly expecting legroom to be much worse. Each pair of seats comes equipped with both regular and USB-A plug sockets, which is almost a must on new trains these days. As for the seats, they're undeniably on the firm side, but thanks to the fact that they're nicely shaped, I still think that they're more than comfortable enough for journeys of up to an hour, although this wasn't a sentiment that my wife shared with me. Overall, pretty basic, but certainly good enough for a short distance train in my opinion. However, do be sure to let me know your opinion on these seats, and indeed the new trains themselves, in the comments below. However, for now, let's just kick back and enjoy what's left of the trip to Kirkby. Before long, we emerge from the tunnels and start running parallel to the River Mersey. As we make our way out of central Liverpool, we pass Everton FC's new stadium, which is currently under construction and will creatively be called Everton Stadium. It's being built to replace nearby Goodison Park, which has been the club's home since 1892. As a football fan myself, I always think it's a shame when classic old stadiums, steeped with character and often intimidating atmospheres, are replaced by these run-of-the-mill, seemingly cut-and-paste arenas. Sure, I get why clubs do it, more modern facilities and whatnot, but I personally just don't see the appeal of it. Call me old school, I guess. Anyway, a short time later, we pass Stadler's Kirkdale maintenance depot, where we can see several of the new trains stabled. Well, these new Stadler units are undeniably a massive upgrade over the antiquated PEP units. Bar the lack of any onboard toilets, they've really got everything you might need, and then some. I've put my usual summary table up on screen for you. Given that this was such a short journey, I'm not going to bother going through it all in detail, but feel free to pause the video if you want to study it in further detail. Welcome to Kirkby. Just before I go, you can see the progress here that's already been made on the Headbolt Lane extension. You can even see how it's going to be necessary for the units to be equipped with batteries to operate on this new portion of the line, with the electrified third rail just stopping abruptly here. Anyway, that's all from me this week. I do hope you've enjoyed this short but sweet journey. I've got something a lot different coming next week, which I'm really looking forward to bringing you, but I'll have some more information for you regarding this towards the middle of next week. Just make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss that, and while you're at it, why not give the video a like as well. A special thanks as always goes to my fantastic patrons and channel members for their ongoing and generous support. But with that, all that's left for me to say is thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all next Friday.